Hey, welcome back to Matter of Fact. Today we got a little special for the Monday night doubleheader. We might make this a staple since it seems like we're going to get some more of these Monday night doubleheaders. I think this might be like the third one already, maybe fourth. So I know a lot of people are these four teams pretty major for fantasy, and so we wanted to go over some fantasy implications. Maybe there's a last minute waiver wire pickup you might want to make, and go through some of those injuries and whatnot. Yeah. Also, you got any players playing tonight?
Yeah, I got Baker going tonight, and I got Baker going, and I also got Trey McBride. So I need big games. I need big games. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
pull it up here.
it's funny because like these four teams, I could see all these teams in the playoffs. Cardinals probably the least likely, but I mean, in terms of skill position players, all these teams got something to offer. Whether it's J.K. Dobbins, Harbaugh likes to run a lot. Lad McConkey, that's what I'm dealing with right now. And then everybody on the Ravens, Derrick Henry, Lamar. You got Baker, ready to bake. Was that your team right
Yeah,
there?
yeah. ABCD Lamb's my current lineup, and this is his who I'm going up against. So I mean, honestly, he's up right now. He got Mike Evans playing. That kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, I got Baker playing. So if Mike Evans goes off, that means Baker's going off. Or if Baker throws touchdowns to somebody else, that means Mike Evans doesn't get doesn't get those points, and I still get those points. So that could potentially work in my favor, help me pull out a dub. And then I got Trey McBride going. One of Kyler Murray's favorite targets. So I'm really hoping that they can be the thing that edges me over my opponent for me to get the win tonight.
Yeah. Do you think Marvin Harrison getting cleared helps, or is it just kind of
I
the
mean,
back a little bit?
honestly, like especially they're playing the LA Chargers today, and LA Chargers are one of the teams that plays zone defenses at the highest rate in the NFL. And Trey McBride is actually targeted by Kyler Murray at like a 31% clip target share against zone defense. So that's really beneficial for me, even though they are playing a very good coverage team. So we'll see. There's a little bit of push and pull there. But at the same time, Trey McBride is one of the more athletic tight ends in the NFL. So I can see as long as he's getting the volume, he'll be able to, be productive. And he's doing all this without even scoring a touchdown yet. So if he's able to give me one of his classic little 9 for 75s and a touchdown, that should be enough to take me over the top. That's all I'm looking for today. This Monday Night Miracle.
Okay, so Trey McBride, and then he has Mike Evans. Throw back
Yeah.
up. Yeah, bro, you might be cooked. Oh, wait.
I
What
mean,
else do you have where they're estimating it to be so close? So you have Trey McBride and who else? Oh,
Baker.
Baker. Oh shit. Okay,
That's what I
so
was just saying. That's what I was saying. I was like, at least if
okay,
Mike Evans goes off, Baker gets a
yeah,
little bit of that.
it's like directly tied to it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that could benefit me. You know what I mean?
That's that's
And,
the that's the little push pull. Yeah.
right, right, and then hopefully Trey McBride can just go ahead and seal the deal. So that's what we're that's what we're rooting on. I'll be tuning in to ESPN Plus tonight.
Is there any injuries in this game for like good flex options that people might have
Yeah,
in this game
yeah. Let's
specifically?
see. Let's see. Let's go to their team, their actual team. Let's see. Let's take a look. Because obviously Rashad White he hasn't played, and I think he's coming back. But it's going to be interesting because he has again more players in the backfield now. Here we go. The biggest injury I think we're waiting on right now is Vita Vea
That's
because
major.
if Vita Vea is playing, then maybe Derrick Henry uh, doesn't go crazy like he's been doing. You know what I mean? Like maybe they have something that can kind of instead of him getting going for 120 yards, maybe he goes for 85 and a touchdown. You know what I mean? But
That's all you can wish for.
right. So Vita Vea, I think that's probably the biggest one that the Buccaneers fans or Buccaneers Buccaneer fans and waiting on. And then for the Ravens, let's see. We're looking for. Oh, they just got everybody that's not playing out. They're all out. The only one. So right now, the Ravens are relatively healthy, surprisingly.
That's what I mentioned. I clipped that up. They're usually not pretty. They're usually like the Niners to me. They're like the
Right.
AFC Niners, where it's like, damn, if they could just stay healthy, they got all these pieces. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're relatively healthy, which is why I'm leaning Ravens. I don't know about
Right.
the 4. That definitely went up from the last time we spoke on it. I think it was at 3.5.
Was it that? I mean, that makes sense. That would make
It
sense that they
does.
would get up to 4,
It does.
especially because people don't really pay attention to the Monday night game until the first slate of Sunday afternoon is finished with, or they got a little bit of money, some winnings from Sunday night football. Now it's like, okay, let's go ahead and let's throw this on Ravens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to the next game. And I got my fantasy situation up. Shout out to AJ. You know, getting ready to get these beats. Shout out to Kareem, not Kareem Hunt. Well, shout out to Kareem Hunt for those 2 touchdowns. But shout out to Najee Harris with the little garbage time touchdown that they didn't need. Oh no. All right, so I'm just having this up just to kind of describe the situation I got going on right now. And if you have Lad McConkey, oh, is he good? Is he cleared? They give him the okay? You good now, Lad? Nah, it's not what it says for me. Still questionable. All right, so in this situation, this is a score 113 to 122. I'm projected to win by 4 at this point. He has Kyler. I have Lad, and that's it. It's Kyler versus Lad. Straight up. Now he's questionable. On my bench, I have Roshan Johnson, DJ Moore. Um, they're on a bye, right? So if I did want to make a sneaky move, obviously DJ Moore not dropping, but Roshan Johnson, DeAndre Swift has been playing a lot better, even though Roshan Johnson does good with those goal line carries. That kind of gives me Gus Edwards back on the Ravens vibes, where it's like very touchdown dependent. So I'm gonna go over to waivers real quick. Where's waivers at? Players. Now, let's say because Lad is still questionable. I don't like that. Maybe they're just doing. So Harbaugh, if you know Harbaugh, he doesn't really like to give out a lot of information. So it doesn't surprise me that they're just not like thumbs up. When he answers questions to the media, he's very standoffish and he doesn't like to give up a lot. But what I'm looking for in the wide receiver position, bro, why do they make this shit so complicated? In the wide receiver position, we still look. We got Michael Wilson. Let's say Lad goes down. Let's say you're in my position because I had to use my flex spot for the running back position. If it was for the wide receiver position, I would have had him in my flex. That way, potentially, I might prefer using Cade Otton that's sitting there on the waivers. Drop Roshan, put in Cade Otton, but I can't do that because Lad is in my wide receiver spot. So it would have to be a receiver. So for me, it's between Michael Wilson. We have where is he at?
Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman. Did I pass him?
No, I'm saying because
why is this not in order based on this just pissing me off actually.
You gotta filter it. Go up top.
On waivers, free agents, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so once again, my options receiver wise to me between Michael Wilson, Josh Palmer, and Rashad Bateman. If I wanted to get cute, I guess you could try Dortch. Not doing that. Sterling Shepard, you have Aguilar there, but this is going to be key if you're a Lad McConkey owner and you need him to go off. Check out if Josh Palmer's there. Check out if you have somebody on a bye that's droppable, like somebody that you think you might be able to get back after waivers clear week 7 bye. Besides the Bears, the Cowboys are on bye. By the way, no buys next week. We kind of talked about how stupid that is, that they kind of stack all the buys. Towards the end of the season, there's going to be, I think it's week 12 and week 14. There's going to be 6 teams on the bye. So we're going to kind of crank up the fantasy content as these bye weeks come in, because it's only going up from here. It's not going to be just 2 teams, even though Bears and Cowboys. I'm not sure who you would drop. If you're a Cowboys owner, I'll let you speak to that. Like in this situation, I'm willing to drop Roshan if I feel like Ladd's not ready to go. Is there anybody on the Cowboys that somebody might have on the bye on their bench that's droppable?
I mean, since we're so top heavy, I mean, I wouldn't. The only I dropped Jalen Tolbert. Like I dropped Jalen Tolbert because I know I'll be able to pick him up. But I mean, if we're talking, yeah, I mean, I would just drop him. Like I wouldn't drop him to pick him up. I would replace the player, honestly. I wouldn't drop Rico Dowdle. So last year in one of my leagues, I actually did drop Dak Prescott after the bye for the bye week. Of course, someone picked him up, a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and then that's when he went on his tear. He went on his tear, and he was one of the better fantasy football quarterbacks for the rest of the season. So, I mean, depending on how many quarterbacks you have, maybe you can drop him. But I would wait to see how he does. The schedule starts to lighten up for him. He actually is ranked as has the best strength of schedule for the rest of the fantasy football season. He's like ranked number 1, like has a 5-star schedule, along with the running back. But yeah, I wouldn't drop like Jake Ferguson or anyone like that. But if you have like Brandon Cooks for whatever reason, he can be dropped. If you have Ezekiel Elliott still, there's no point of holding on to him. He can go.
Well, that's the thing. So somebody actually has him. So that's like another situation right there. You already said you wouldn't drop Rico. I know Tolbert.
And that's for namesake. You can go and look at what he's done. And like you can look at his game logs, and his game logs won't even lie to you that like he literally is averaging 2 yards per carry.
Well, Cooks is on IR anyway.
So you know what I mean?
Who else is there? Yeah, you guys are pretty top heavy. Yeah. And then I'm maybe Dallas defense. What do you think about dropping the defense?
I mean, defenses are interchangeable. Like I played with was it Cincinnati's defense? No, I played with the LA Rams defense and I got 15 points. I played with the Denver Broncos defense this week and I got like 22 points. So if you're good, you know what I mean, you'll be able to know what team there's going to be a defense available that you'll be able to like insert that's going to provide you with enough points for you to win on that week.
Facts. But yeah, watch out for that Ladd news. If you're really scary about it, Quentin Johnson's playing. So Josh Palmer, he's been there for some time. I might pivot to that. If you were to give me advice, let's say there's the cue. Let's say Ladd McConkey, he's out. They're just like, all right, yeah, game time decision, he's out. Where would you go in terms of a backup option? Because I would have to pick somebody up.
Right. I mean, for me, I would probably go with Michael Wilson, just because in some of the games he is targeted. He does have a higher target share than Marvin Harrison Jr. I know he's battling back and he's good to go for this week, but sometimes he isn't always the number 1 option for that team in particularly. So I would definitely go maybe Michael Wilson or another dependable wide receiver like Joshua Palmer. I could see him, you know, he might not go crazy for 100 yards or anything like that, but because he is a big body wide receiver, he could look up and score a passing touchdown for you. You know what I mean? A receiving touchdown. That's 6 points right there. Even if he gives you, 4 receptions for 44 yards, but gets into the end zone, you got a good day. You know what I mean? That's all you could really ask for. And he, like you said, him and him and Justin Herbert actually have a good relationship. They've been playing with each other for about 4 years now. So wouldn't be too crazy for them to have some like a rapport and for him to look for him on like third downs and on important situations in the red zone.
Yeah, and if you're in a fortunate situation where you do have that flex open, and that's where Lad is for you, I'm not really seeing anything in the running backs you should dabble in. Yeah.
I mean, you could get Kamal Vidal if he's there. If Vidal is available in your league, you could definitely pick him up.
But
But
would
again,
you
you don't have him.
would you use that over like if you had like a Michael Wilson available?
Uh, no, just because Michael Wilson is a wide receiver, and I think that he'll end up getting some targets. And he scored. He scored like 2 touchdowns already this year. So again, you just at this point you need a Hail Mary. You need someone that's going to be able to give you either a high volume with a lot of production, or even if it's a low volume, they're able to possibly get into the end zone. Maybe it'd be 1 play, 2 plays. Michael Wilson is one of those players that can have 3 receptions, but for 65 yards and a touchdown. And if he can do that for you this week, you know what I mean? Boom, he did his job. You're healthy. If everybody's focused on Marvin Harrison and everybody's focused on Trey McBride, he's going to have one-on-one coverage. All he has to do is make a play on the outside. You're good.
Yeah, for sure. And then don't sleep on the tight end flex option. Cade Otton wouldn't be bad because with Mike Evans back and Chris Godwin, Cade Otton, the Ravens 28th against the tight end position as a whole, and Cade Otton seems to have a nose for the end zone. Let me see what his log has been like. Bring me to a whole different page. He has 1 touchdown on the year. All right, so never mind on that. Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. Game log. All right.
You can go, open it. You can like expand that, or I think if you go down, it'll show like the whole game log.
47 yards, 7 catches. Good game against Denver. Non-existent in the Lions game. Yeah, this is a good spot for Cade Otton. I mean, over here they say why they should. I don't really listen to the ESPN fantasy people too much, but I think he's kind of due. I could see him having a sneaky touchdown and a couple of receptions in what could possibly be a shootout, especially if Vita Vea is not available, as we mentioned. Right. So, but yeah, hopefully Lad is healthy. Check your waivers. Do what you got to do. If you don't have a spot open because you don't have a Bears or a Cowboys guy you're willing to let go, then, hey, sucks to suck. That's fantasy for you. But this was.
But you can also drop. Hey, you can also drop in some leagues, like in Yahoo. You can drop players that have already played. So if you're in a Yahoo league and you think that you might want one of these players on your team, you can drop somebody who's previously played, and you can pick up somebody and replace for Lad if it becomes to that worst case scenario for you. So see the rules for your league, because I think you can also do that in Sleeper. So it's something to consider. Every league, all leagues are different. So just check and see who's available. And if you want, see if someone dropped a Cowboy or a Bear. Like maybe someone tried to sneak Roman Doomsday or something like that. If you want, you go ahead and pick them up right now. And you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about fighting for them for waivers from the cat that dropped them, trying to get them back.
Yeah, that's another good point. Even though, I mean, Roma Doomsday, an unserious league if he's available.
Right, but some people, again, they like you said, they just try to do it for a sneak. They try to sneak that through, thinking that no one's going to want to use a roster spot on somebody that isn't really producing like that and is also on a bye. But it's been crazier things that happen in leagues.
No, for sure. But besides that, I don't know if you wanted to give like a prediction on how you think this game's going to go. I'm gonna bring it back to your thing. Man, you got any props for this?
I mean, for me, I am probably going to be on the Trey McBride props a lot, just because I like the player and the spot. But You know, he has it at over 5.5 perception. See, I probably would have. I thought it was going to be at like 4.5. I could see him getting to like 7. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking into Trey McBride's props for this game, and then let's see what they got for
Yeah,
Wilson.
I mean, even when Kyler was out and we had the Josh Dobb Pastronaut experience, they were still targeting tight ends heavy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Even when
you
Zach Ertz was there, he was getting some targets. So the Cardinals, their offensive philosophy really includes the tight ends pretty heavily, and Trey McBride is superbly talented.
yeah. I mean, he does all you can really ask for. And the previous tight ends that consider comparable players, they've all gone over their over. So that's something to consider too. This is a nice little spot for Trey McBride, and he's one of the team's top weapons on offense. So I have no problems hitting his overs. And as for the other game, again, we kind of already mentioned it, but basically just fucking with Chris Godwin, his receptions, and if Mike Evans is good to go, probably Mike Evans anytime touchdown.
Anytime.
So
And
I
and
can drink.
Dobbins anytime touchdown. I kind of
Yeah,
like as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, because I'm trying to jinx my opponent.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, you hoping for a big Chris Godwin game, maybe a Baker. He does some sneaky Baker shit and just runs
Right.
into the end zone.
But if
That
Mike
was
Evans
clutch.
scores a touchdown, I won't be too upset. You know what I mean? If I put him on a parlay for anytime touchdown, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, yeah, he got
Yeah,
6 points, but
you hedging
I
it. You
hit.
hedging it. Yeah, yeah. And if it doesn't, it's like, well, man, well, I just won the week. So what's up?
Right. So it is what it is.
All right. Well, yep, that's it for us. We'll have the recap for all these games coming tomorrow. But good luck to your fantasy teams. Bad luck to your opponent. And you got anything else?
Nah, that's it. Just like and subscribe.
All right, we out. Monday night doubleheader, man. Let's get it. More football.
Let's go.